Hello, my little munchkins, my little crones, and my little chickens. How are you on this fine midday
Yes.
evening? It's late afternoon because right here it's about 4 o'clock.
Yes.
So I said, you know what, we got to do some recap since I got baby Crone back. Yay! So now I can do the things that I like to do. Oh, by the way, don't forget Lionsgate is opening up. It really served me well through the years. So please, when it opens up, I will be there to tell you.
You know what we should do for
What?
Lionsgate
What
this
should
year?
we do?
We should do some fire magic.
Fire magic?
Yeah, because it's the Lionsgate and Leo the Lion is a fire sign. So
Okay, so what kind of fire magic is this?
I don't know, something to empower us, bring forth the energy we want to manifest.
Okay,
something
so
we're gonna have to
you want to
research.
do a ritual.
Yes.
Okay, so there you have it. We're going to do a ritual. So do we want to do this ritual in the morning, or do we want to do this ritual in the afternoon, late afternoon, or in the evening hour?
I feel like during the day when the sun is at its most peak.
Okay,
highest.
so we're going to do sun magic. Okay, so there you have it. This is what we're going to do for the beginning of Lionsgate. I hope you be there to join us.
Yes.
What else I was going to say? Well, anyway, welcome and we thank you. So we're just going to do a recap on, of course, Jamie Foxx.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do a recap on
Diddy.
P. Diddy and all of that goobly gop. And last, I got to talk about Shetty. I know Jay Shetty.
Yes.
Well, I definitely want to talk about him, and I definitely want to talk about, of course, I couldn't help it. I got to talk about the Kardashians, the two that I saw on his show.
Mm-hmm.
And I got some input on it because I'll talk about it later. So anyway, but in the meantime, in between time, let's get in it. Let's talk about, first of all, who you want to talk about first?
We can start off with Jamie Foxx.
Okay, go ahead. You started.
Just briefly start off about what is going on in the news with him. Allegedly, Mike Tyson is now a snitch.
I don't like that at all. People are asking, furthermore, let me just get back to the get back. Many of us already knew it was a stroke or some kind of aneurysm before Mike Tyson or anybody said anything.
That is true.
Okay? It's just that we live in a time where we got to point a finger. Mike Tyson is a snitch. Mike Tyson ain't tell me nothing I didn't. And besides, I don't even know if it was a stroke or an aneurysm. However, I truly believe, if you look back at my tarot reading, I truly believe it is affecting his speech. I believe that. That's why we haven't heard anything. And yes, you may hear little clips of him saying, yeah, how you doing? But it'll probably be, he probably won't be able to articulate the words. But I'm going to tell you something. You can hide for a little while. Because sooner or later, the truth is coming out. However, now people are saying he's been cloned.
Yes.
Many people feel like he got. We're going to get into it.
Yes, we will. I think it's June 13th when they clone Tyrone comes out. So, on
the
Netflix.
irony of that. See, I don't believe in coincidences. If it happened for a reason. Many people said that, it's coming out about Jamie that he was a little biased. I don't even want to say a little. It's coming out that he was a freak. And what I mean is a freak, he did freaky things.
Yes.
Things that weren't considered normal back in the early 20s or late or the 90s. He was having, it's alleged.
Yep.
Well, it's alleged. People put it out there, so it's pictures out there.
Yes,
say
I
what
saw
you
it for
want.
myself. I was
saw it.
shook.
She was shocked. She was shooketh. I was like, I'm telling you, I'm getting so numb to Hollywood. I don't think it is anything that anybody could say to me, anything that I cannot possibly believe. On a tip, and getting back to Jamie, why this was in my mind. Hey, somebody made it to Billionaire Row. Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Yes, they
Boy,
did.
So now they're in. They are the society. They are it. However, there was a picture. Let me just say this real fast.
Okay.
There was a picture at the awards where they showed a picture of Beyonce.
Oh, yes.
And her picture, she was looking up at the stage at her husband as he was receiving his due gangster award. And I saw age on her face. I swear before everything
Yeah,
holy.
I did.
I read auras, and it was something like a broken woman. Like like a woman that had been broken, like age, like not age. You can camouflage it
Yes,
with makeup. God knows, I know. You can camouflage it with staying small and nip and tuck and ip and lip. You can do all of that, but it's something about the eyes
Yeah.
when they are heavy. It was something in her. I'm going to find that picture and I'm going to put it up. I just want you to look at her eyes. For the first time, I felt like the cost of fame.
Oh yes, most definitely.
The cost.
Even though it was like a split second, it was there.
And here's another thing that was on the slide thing. I had to keep running it back because I kept looking at it. But then I saw something, because up until now, I never believed Beyonce didn't drink.
Yes, that is true.
I just, because I don't drink, I just never thought. And I know one time, a long time ago, Wendy Williams, quarterback in Wendy Williams' early day, and Beyonce was in the back of the car throwing up, and a thing. They showed it. Wendy went. She was back there, and Jay-Z was sitting away from her, and Wendy Williams was saying something in effect about that. It was classy done. You know what I mean? But even then, I didn't believe. But now, when I saw Jay-Z offer her a drink,
Yes.
and she declined it, I know that it is something inside that's percolating. And it's something inside that when she looks at him, it's like she looks at him with 1,000 broken hearts, and yet with endearment, all at the same time.
Yeah, they
I'm
a
gonna get
roller
into
coaster.
it. I'm gonna get into it. But I just need to talk about that. Go ahead. I might have to do a quick read on that. Getting back to Jamie, that just struck my soul.
Yeah, maybe it's time for another reading on that.
Yeah, it was something. It was something. And what I got was the cost of fame, leading me back to Jamie. The cost of fame.
Yeah.
What you know. And then I looked at this other show that says something about Jamie got hooked up with these people in Australia, and they got into the movie. Leonardo DiCaprio were there. Remember?
Yeah.
It's so much going on that Jamie was in that makes me now step back and say, you know what? Who is a hero now?
Yeah, exactly.
Because Jamie, it would have been better if Jamie, whoever guiding her, or who, it would have been better if y'all would have just came up from the beginning, Jamie Foxx, blah, 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 and that's it. No, because what you have done, you have stirred up a hornet's nest. Remember, it's springtime, honey, and by you not talking, people digging and pulling out bones. I'm telling you, one knocked me up in the head with the basketball naked thing.
Oh, yes.
I have heard things, okay, of course, but you don't, it's not like now, YouTube and stuff. We didn't have all of that back in the 90s like this. So a lot of stuff that was going on back in the 80s and the 90s, a lot of this stuff was hidden.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? You hear things like that, or they have some kind of video and the video been tapped. You heard stuff, but now.
Now everything.
They can make it
the
digitalize these pictures and make it look clear. Oh, you can't get away with too much of anything. So, how I feel about Jamie?
And allegedly, it seems like Corinne is definitely
I think
put
if you
into
ask
the
me,
spotlight.
What I think, this is to me, this is some sacrifice. And I truly believe that. I truly believe, because I know they're dealing in magic. I know that a lot of this stuff is going on that is beyond your comprehension. I know that they know the arts. I don't know. I just know that this is some deep stuff.
Yes.
I know that. And I know that these are the elites, and Beyonce and Jay-Z just made it and said, we there. Okay? Okay, am I right?
Yes, they really
Wherever
did.
that secret is, they are in. And I look at her face, and it's like the brokenness. What I had to endure to be here.
Yes.
And yet, I see delight. Is that making sense? Brokenness but delight. Like, yeah, I may struggle, but if I had to do it all over again, it looked like I might. I understand that.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe maybe she sees it was worth it.
Sometimes it's just you look at the sometimes you look at the have and the have not.
Oh, okay.
And if you are have and you really seen the have not, it can make you just want to keep having, even under all of the brokenness.
Gotcha.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because some things you could see that make you scared to be poor. You understand? I have never had the pleasure to go over in other countries to see anything. I never had
right.
that. So, and excuse me, and I don't even know if I want to.
Yeah, I understand.
I done seen enough in this country.
Yeah.
And if this is nothing, then I don't want to see something. I'm content.
Yeah, you're right.
So with that being said, again, this is really heavy. So I hope it all makes sense. Am I keeping on track, or you just floating along like?
No, because what's also a little bit heavy is they allegedly are thinking about reopening the Kim Porter case.
Yes, because
what's going on with Diddy.
He's
Another
the same
one.
thing. Another one. I used to adore them, but what breaks my heart more than anything, these are the black men that made a difference. They made such a profound difference. And we have R. Kelly in prison.
Yeah, you're right. Well, Diddy gets to still
We
roam
see
the
Diddy
streets.
is into all of this stuff. Having babies and not even just I hear him and Kim Porter was married. I don't know. It's just so much for my mind to absorb. It is so hard to believe that P. Diddy is a monster.
A monster.
A monster, as Jaguar Wright
Wright.
calls him, a monster. It is hard for me to believe that Jay-Z is a monster. It's hard to believe that Jamie Foxx is hemmed up with all this elitism,
Crazy.
and yet the chicken has come home to roost. I listened to what Cat Williams had to say, and whatever this is, it's just not a coincidence. It's like she came out of the hospital and immediately, all we know, Jamie was filled up for all of his stuff. You have Katie Holmes coming out saying, hey, this is Scientology. Scientology?
Yes.
So we don't know anything.
No.
And yet there's not a word from Jamie. And the only reason why there is a word not from Jamie is because Jamie cannot communicate fully. There is no other word, and that's what I believe.
Yikes.
And how long? It's a month.
Yes, over a month.
It's
actually.
a month. How long are you going to go and try to keep this a secret? How long? 6 weeks? That's about it. Because if you stay in rehab for 4 weeks, we know you in trouble. Because you could be in rehab for 2 to 3 weeks. So now we're going into the 5th and 6th week now. So you know damage was done.
Yeah.
And you know they're trying to restore. And I don't know what cloning is. I really don't. But Cat Williams seems to think that he won't be the same.
I could see that.
And I can see that.
Even if it wasn't being cloned, just the fact that he had a stroke and is in rehab for so long.
Yeah. He took some damage. And you don't have to be a rocket science to see that. It is clear that if this man could speak, he would.
Yeah.
Because all of this stuff coming out about him is too much for my poor little eyes to see and my ears to hear. But that's what happened when you're keeping secrets.
Yes, that is
And
true.
all I see is Jamie's daughter on a rise.
Yep.
Could Jamie's daughter make her father sacrifice? Ooh, we
that's
don't
a
know.
good
We don't
one.
know. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know how this thing works. But we know one thing, that Jamie is going through something.
Yes.
And that it's been a whole lot of should-do about something that ain't had to be no should-do about it.
Should do.
The should-do to do what you do. You know, it didn't have to be none of that. Right?
Yeah, that is
so
true.
y'all they made a big thing,
Yes.
a little thing, into a monumental thing,
Mm-hmm.
and all you gotta get is nosy Parkers, because they gonna go digging. And
Oh,
as
yes.
they dig, guess what? They gonna find out some stuff like, what? Where we wasn't even paying attention to Jamie like that.
Exactly.
Somebody came out and said, my mother, I was a little girl, and I forgot her name, and she came up and she deleted, said, I apologize.
said she got a
because she got a
phone
phone call. This stuff is real.
Mm.
But it doesn't matter, because somebody came out with more stuff.
Yep.
People talking. Bow wow, you got everybody talking.
Yes. Honestly, it's insane that so many people have so much to say, and it only took one person or
Just
one
to
situation.
quiet the situation with Jamie, and now it's like somebody done start a forest fire.
Yes.
And now I'm seeing Jamie hooked up with Jay-Z, he's hooked up with
Yes.
P. Diddy, he's hooked up with Shaq, they all hooked this thing up. That's what I'm like, oh my God, I'm seeing this is a club. A men's club. That's all I'm saying. Because that's all I know.
A black men's club?
Yeah, the black elites of Hollywood.
Interesting.
Anytime you gonna have basketball in the nude, the hell, I'm so the heck of the HEW, I don't understand it. Hey, I'm not judging it. I mean, I wish I could be in the audience and watch, but but no, I'm not judging what I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of fetish that would be. I mean, I don't know if I want to be naked in the raw, jumping around, playing playing tennis with no clothes on. I know that would not be me. And not even that I would be ashamed of my body. It's just that I wouldn't feel comfortable. So it makes me question men, their humility. It makes me question their masculinity. It makes me question a lot of things. If you do that, will you do this?
No, yeah, you got
I mean, can you imagine all this flopping and flunking and sweating and oh my God, Jesus. But I'm just saying, if you can get a visual,
Yes.
you probably don't want one. But my point is, that's all I'm saying.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
That's all we got there.
Trigger
Well,
warning, trigger warning, trigger warning.
Yes.
So if that's offensive, I apologize.
It's
They just
shocking
done
to me.
they done just put Jamie in such a place with me now. I'm just not saying nothing.
Can't believe nude basketball exists. Well, moving on to something a little bit lighter. Before we move on to Kim Kardashian.
Did we talk about P. Diddy?
Yes, and how he's tangled up with Kim Porter and the case being possibly reopened.
I hope so. I just, my thing is, all these people that has had bad karma with Diddy,
Yes.
I just want the truth to reveal. I don't like the pompousness.
Okay.
I'm loved, but you a monster.
Yes.
Same thing with Jay-Z. I'm just flabbergasted by it. I'm like that with Jamie.
Yes.
Now I'm just numb. I ain't rooting for nobody. I'm just done. Because who can you trust?
Yeah.
Who can you really trust?
And Jamie Foxx seems so lovable.
He is the most lovable, but he's tangled up.
What a facade.
It's tangled up, and I feel sorry for Christians who believe and see this. This is horrible. It's horrific. And at a time where he's vulnerable, and if the truth probably would have came out, none of this would be. We'll be praying, but see, that's what I'm saying. The powers are behind this. I mean, it would have been easy for them to go, you know what, Jamie is this, because what is he protecting now?
Exactly.
What is he protecting?
What he needs to be protecting is his identity, if he could.
But he can't. So now we're free to think whatever we want. And at this point, I'm just devastated at these black men that I looked up to. And do I wish Jamie the best? Of course I want him to get well so he can stand judgment. I want them to be revealed.
Yes.
I don't like the deception of it all. I don't like the fact that they took advantage of a lot of these young artists.
That is true.
And women and men. I don't like it. I don't like it that Jay-Z took advantage of Beyonce. And I don't like it. I don't.
And also preying on younger when you're...
Just like I'm saying, not just men, but
Yeah.
females. Go ahead, what were you saying?
About how they like prey on... Even if it's the same sex, they'll prey on somebody younger than them. They could be like of age, but then dating somebody that's like
Yeah,
barely
especially if
legal.
somebody they're going there 20 years, 15 years, and they barely 18. You know her since she was 16, Beyonce.
Yeah, I'm a little suspicious right there. They say, I'm not saying Jay-Z groomed Beyonce, but you can't say Jay-Z did not groom Beyonce.
I say both. I say that he did groom her. She said it. She said that he made her the woman that she is today.
Yep,
That's what she said. So if she said it, I believe her.
Yeah, she sure did. That's what, she wouldn't be there at the top without him.
Now, on a lighter note, but it's a little heavy for me. And this is about, what's the name?
Oh, yes, but before talking about something heavy, I just wanted to toss in some light news real quick.
Oh, cool.
Just talk about the promotion of Halle Bailey. Was that her name? Halle Bailey.
The mermaid.
Yes, the mermaid. She's going to be in the new rendition of Color Purple.
Yeah.
It's just nice to see her. I can't wait to see the movie. Well, it doesn't air until Christmas. But I'm excited to see that she's having another role.
Yes.
It's interesting that she's getting promoted and her sister kind of at the moment is
it's
getting
like
some
everything,
backlash.
and it's like Beyonce could have did a lot for her. And it's like, but come on, people, these stars ain't gonna share their stage. I done said this 1,000 times. Ain't happening.
Yeah, so just wanted to congratulate.
No, Beyonce
Halle.
worked hard to get this $200 million house. Okay,
Yes.
That's why Beyonce came out and worked and did this. So y'all done put her in her $200 million house.
Y'all did.
Y'all
That's
done
why her
put her in
ticket
it.
prices were so
Her
high.
ticket, that's now y'all know. So now she living it, and y'all
Oh my
worship
God.
her. She got her $2 million house, and she says thank you, and she's giving you a show of a lifetime.
Oh, wow.
So enjoy, right?
Yes.
I'm having a reaction with this pollen out here, but anyway.
Oh, okay.
Oh
Well,
no, I'm not gonna rush. I may have to go and get some medicine or something.
Okay. Well, lastly, we have Kim Kardashian with Jay Shetty and
Not just Kim, but I want to talk about Kourtney. Chloe.
Yes.
Chloe.
Yes, we watched both of them, and I kind of liked Chloe's interview better because it just seems like that Chloe and Jay connected a little bit more, even though Chloe sometimes had a little BS in some of her statements, but I felt like I could connect with her a bit more than Kim. Kim just felt like she was too perfect.
Okay. Go ahead.
That's all I had to say about comparing the two sisters.
Okay, now, first of all, I had to understand who was this Jay.
Yes.
What's his name?
Shetty.
I knew that he is some spiritual guru. He was a monk. He sat under people. I knew that when I met him. The thing is, I cannot say it as I feel like it.
Okay.
It just amazing how anybody that look Eastern or look foreign or look whatever, we flock to them like they have all the answers to our dreams.
Yeah, that is true.
Like we Americans are not wise. You understand what I'm saying? I'm like, where he come from? He's from Britain. Oh no, he's from Paris.
He's from Britain, but
but
he said immigrant parents.
Yeah, he had immigrant parents, but he grew up in Paris. Yeah. And you can pull him up. You got your thing to check me while I'm talking. Okay. He said that he was from Paris, but he got immigrant parents. He looked Indian. I don't know much about him. Where did he come from? I went back and I looked, and he does interviews with a whole lot of spiritual leaders, gurus, people that talk about narcissism, people that talk about deep things, what is love, what is hate, what is, he talks about that. Insecurities. He talked to, but he's also incorporating celebs.
Yes, he does incorporate
like Selena Gomez. Mm-hmm. I can understand. He's got the Kardashians. Now, the reason why Selena Gomez, hers was more about coping with her insecurity, which is her bipolar. Yes. So, okay. But my main thing is Kimberly.
Oh, yes. That was a
Now, what I'm not going to do, I'm not going to bash her.
Okay.
At least I don't want to. Because I really said that I couldn't go through the whole tape, so I would be a liar if I said that I did. I couldn't take it all. Mm-hmm. I just couldn't. But I did go skim it. I went through it. I got a good, what is it? It was an hour and something. So yes. We got a good 40 minutes in. And we skimmed through it. Mm-hmm. I listened to other commentators.
Yes.
But I mainly skimmed through it, and this is what I come up with.
If you can only digest her in some bits.
I could only do it. It was like he saw her. He saw her and her narcissism. This is my opinion. Because he did try to sway her away from things.
Yeah, he did.
He did try to get her to look at things. Like, I should have wrote notes. Like, I think he said, did you write notes? Like, he asked her, she had no fault.
Right.
Oh,
like he tried to, the very first question he asked her was, what is something that nobody else sees about you that you keep hidden, in a sense?
And what was her answer?
I can't remember.
Baby Crone was supposed to be writing this, okay? So, I'm sorry, I'm going to let you slide. I don't know what you got written.
Yeah, I didn't write down what she said because it really was, I didn't even understand what she was saying.
The bottom line is everything that she did say, she remind me of somebody who tries to be perfect.
Mm-hmm. And come off contradicted.
And she seems like she love her friends, because no matter what, she put her friends. It's like, I love my friends. Mm-hmm. I love my family. And one of the things that she said is about her marriage. In other words, I got to be happy for me.
Yes.
And I had nothing else left to give. Something like that. I know you wrote something down about that.
Yes, she was talking about how when it comes to somebody that she finds as a friend or is going to find a significant other, that you have to be loyal, and if you're not aligning up with each other in the core aspects of each other, then you just got to move on and let them go.
Hold your nose on. You got freckles on you.
Oh,
sorry. Anyway, it's cute.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Yes, aligning with people and letting them go if they don't.
But this remind me of her marriage. And you all feel the way you feel, and I feel the way I feel. I feel as though when you get married, that's one thing. When you have a child, that's two things. When you have another child, that's three things. Yeah. When you have another child, you know where I'm going, that's four things. And then when you have another child, there's 5 things. You don't get to walk away from babies. Mm-hmm. You don't get to take away your husband and take away, especially when a man says, please, let's give it a chance. No. What about the vow? You might as well not say for better or for worse, for richer or for poor. You might as well just delete it. In sickness and in health. You just might as well not say it. Because the family is torn apart.
Yes.
torn apart. Now, it is out there allegedly that that he has cheated, but it's out there that Kimberly has cheated too.
Yes.
You understand? So they lost conversation because they're both air signs.
Yes.
So they're both powerful. And I'm going to say it, and I know a lot of you not going to like what I'm going to have to say, but I'm going to have to say it. There is a part where you have to learn to be submissive in your marriage to women. You just have to be. Not like a submissive, like, woman, get my shoes. Not that kind of submissive, but the kind of submissive where you have to listen.
Right.
That you have to listen to what it is your spouse is saying, and that you don't have to continue to argue about things. Mm-hmm. You listen. You share the burden of the children. You understand?
Yes.
You know, and they lack that.
Yeah, she hugs the kids for herself, basically.
She hugged the kids and then complain about them.
Yeah.
She says it's like, I love my kids, but oh my God, I need privacy. I love my kids, oh my God, but they are this. I love my kids, but I don't understand, because she has no idea what it's like to be a 24/7, 365 days of a year. Don't forget the leap year mama.
Yep.
Where you don't have nobody to come and help you.
Yep, your nannies.
You spit out these babies, boom, boom, boom. In the real world, you would have had that first one north and been like, oh, hey,
Yeah,
hold
you're
up.
Right.
Wait a minute. You would have thought about it. Mm-hmm. But no, you make this motherhood, and I guess from where you're sitting in on the pinnacle, you're sitting on, that is only the level that you can complain.
Yeah.
You can't complain.
Feels like the one thing that completes them. It's the one thing they're missing. They got the family, got the money, they got the riches. All I need is a kid.
They got everything, but they don't have the men.
That too.
Not all of them.
Yeah, some of them.
We
Kardashians are definitely struggling.
Because remember, got married.
Yes.
So Courtney got married, and she's a Barker.
Yes.
Okay, so she's not in this. So we're looking at these three women, and we're looking at Kim that has been married 3 times.
Yes.
We're looking at Chloe that has been married 1 time. And we're looking at the mother that has been married 2 times. So they're looking at all of this. I just see it. Let me get back to what I'm saying. When I think about Shetty, I think that he really is a type of person that he wants you to go inward.
Yes, he was trying to make him go
I think that he was trying to get her to go inward. And I think he was trying to find any common ground to say, I get you. And I think when she said about how she put herself first.
Yes, because she used to always put others first.
But this is a contradiction, because if you look at her shows, she'll say, I have to put myself first. I can't. She knows when she may put other people first. But her mother said this about her. So she knows she might put other people first. No doubt. But she put herself first at the end.
Yes, that is true. At the end.
So at the end, she puts herself first. And so at this point, that was a mute. It wasn't nothing he could identify with her. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It was like, okay, so she resolved that. It's like what I noticed about Kimberly and about Chloe. They have spirituality, but they don't have no root in spirituality.
Yep.
In other words, they don't have no word. It's like they don't study their Bibles, or they don't study anything spiritual.
Yep, just go based off their
experience. They base everything off of their own understanding and how they see it towards spirituality, what I get.
Yes.
I hear nothing spiritual come out their mouths other than their own opinion to what is spiritual, if that makes sense.
Yes, and I noticed it was both a theme, but Kim brought this out the most, talking about how family is thicker than blood, and like it's nothing, and that the sisters are always going to find a way to work out their problems in the end.
So therefore there is no room for a male. Why? Because his blood is not their blood. See the sickness in it. That is crazy. That that is, see, Kanye wasn't their blood, but yet you had children by them. So it's just crazy the way that when you really sit down and you hear Kimberly, and I'm honestly being objective, I don't think that she even understands she's a narcissist. I don't think she understands that. And I don't know if she even knows how she comes off as perfect.
Yeah, I don't think she realizes.
That she's flawless. She's flawless. That's how she comes off to me. I'm flawless. And the little bit of things that I do have a flaw, I've learned how to fix it on my own. I meditate when I exercise, when I'm driving in my car, listening to my music. It's nothing godly. This is what lacks. It's like they're like they're clouds with no water. Do you understand? They have no spiritual base of anything that they could say outside of their own experience. They have no teachings of anything other than what they have experienced.
Yeah.
That's what I get in my own interpretation.
Yeah, I could see that, because if y'all thicker than water and it's like nothing else outside of you guys, then you guys are like a closed off group of family.
And so if that's the case, then if everything is true, why is it that way with Courtney?
Exactly. Y'all
Why is
seem
Courtney
to mate
having
too
a
well.
problem with you and Chloe? I mean, I got questions, right?
Yeah, that sound contradictory.
And I don't know how old this was, but they were all sitting around, and it was this thing, they was all sitting around, and Kimberly, out of the blue, this is off of Shetty, but this is just things I've seen. And she says to all Chloe, Courtney, and her mom, you're a good mother, you're a good mother, you're a good mother. And out of the blue, then Courtney said, you're a good mother too, Kim. It's like she needed validation. And I'm saying there's a crack. Why do you need validation if you feel as though you're perfect?
Yeah, you're right.
Why you need that? She's not a perplexing person at all. Not to me. She's just speak in a way that to take you around and around, and so you insult you. She tried to make herself like I'm a good person. I'm really a good person. I'm a good mother. I just want to love everyone. And yeah, I'm telling you, when people are like that, there's a two side to them. That ain't real. That's all a part of what I want you to see, because we know by this point there is a motive. There even is a motive why she's even talking to this man.
Yes.
This is all about her show, people. Look, she's trying to be sympathetic. Now she's trying to go on the mother band.
Yes,
now,
she is.
She's just trying to promote her show. To me, it's like the lights are going out, and it's like,
yes,
not without a fight.
We'll see about the first episode tomorrow of the new season.
And I decided that I want to watch this. I want to watch it, and it's not that I want their ship to go down. I'm just done. I want them to go away for a while. Just 2 years break. I just need them away. I want to know who we are when we're not talking about them anymore.
Oh.
I just want to see where they are not top of every conversation. Mm-hmm. I want to know who we are as bloggers or reporters. Who are we when they're not? What will we be talking about?
That is true, because that's all that they're always in the news.
And you got to understand, they've been in this thing for almost 20 years. And enough already. I mean, children been born and graduating high school.
Yeah.
In college. I mean, it's enough, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is all I'm saying.
That's wild.
It is wild. And I had enough, because I would like to know who we are without them. I don't know if I jibber jabber.
And their influence.
Yes. Who are we? When you don't have to hear about Kanye.
Oh, okay.
Or Kim. Or Chloe. Or the mother. Why don't they do something behind scenes?
Yeah, for real.
But
Something's always going to be done
When
for
you
the
bite
camera.
off of that fame, and that's what you use to get you to the top, that's all they know.
Yes.
They don't know no other way. So,
But apparently Jay must have been light on Kim, because we've noticed when
what do you mean?
when he went to go interview his wife,
Who, Jay?
Jay Shetty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, his wife was crying.
He brought his wife, not in a mean way, just touching her soul because she's so open and acknowledging her brokenness. This Kim, she doesn't really acknowledge anything. She can't. She's self-absorbed. And I don't think that she even know it. It's like they have no substance. It's like they don't have nothing to cling to. Me, I have the Bible. You have me.
Yes.
So she doesn't. You don't have anybody. Now you have calculus.
Yes,
That's
it
your
is
new
true.
God. So they have nothing to.
Yeah.
If to teach them spiritual awareness, it is beyond what you think is right. And when he was talking to Chloe, he was able to identify with Chloe, even though Chloe said things I did not agree with.
Yes.
But he was able to identify more with Chloe on a spiritual level than what he was able to do with Kimberly,
Yes.
in my opinion. Kimberly is very self-absorbed. Chloe, to me, she comes off like I am so wise.
Yes.
I've been through so much, and through this, I understand people. I understand, and in actuality, no, you sound cold-hearted, and you don't think. Kimberly doesn't sound cold. Kimberly just sound
Me.
aloof.
Oh, okay.
She's just aloof.
I can see that.
You know, and Chloe is just, I know what I'm talking about. I know. She just seemed like I understand people, and I know what I'm talking about. This is what I get out of the two girls. These two women, see, I have nothing. It's hard to explain the Kardashians.
Yes, they are just something. That's
They're
all I
just
got.
something. And we'll see how this turn out. So either way, we thank you for joining us on our recap of the Brown Round.
Yes.
And we hope you watch it and give us your feedback as always. Please give us our thumbs up.
Yes.
We really, really need them. And we thank you for joining us, and we hope you have a good evening. And as we said, tonight we will be looking at Vanderpump, and we're definitely going to give our opinion on that. So look out for that. And tomorrow we will be looking at the Kardashians, because I definitely want to see if this is their last season. So I definitely will be following that. So please join us as we do these things. We wish you a good evening and a wonderful evening meal. With that, what does I say? Be blessed, sunflowers.